Welcome back. Recently, I was on my puzzles dashboard on lichess.org, which I am looking at right now, and hopefully you can see as well, and I noticed a new option on the upper left called By Openings. And when I clicked on that, I see that it lists the puzzles by openings, which I think is a really good idea, but we're going to check it out and see what it looks like. Okay. One of the complaints that I've had, and I think others have had about puzzles in the past on these websites, is that they're random, and a lot of the positions arise from openings that we don't play. I think many of us, after we get past a certain level, have kind of latched on to a handful of openings that we play. As white, we tend to, if we open with e4, we tend to do that all the time, or almost all the time. Myself, I open with d4 almost all the time when I'm playing with the white pieces. So I'm never going to run into the Sicilian defense when I'm playing white, or the French defense, and so on. And a lot of positions that arise from those don't arise from queen pawn openings. And when I play with the black pieces, I don't respond to e4 with the French defense, for example. I mean, I tried it in the past, but that's not my main repertoire, so to speak. I tend to respond with the Caro-Kann defense. There's a handy diagram to show you that it's e4, c6. Very nice. And but as white, sometimes I transposition into the Queen's Gambit declined, usually trying to play the London system, but deciding to move c4, and I end up with something like that. I do sometimes play the Scandinavian defense, as you know from my past videos. So this seems like a really good idea. I'm going to give it a shot in this video and see what happens. Hopefully the positions that arise will be something that I'm at least mildly familiar with. So let's click Scandinavian defense. All right. Let's see what else we have. Okay, down here there is a choice to play with the black pieces, either or just the white pieces. So if you face the Scandinavian as white, that would make sense. I cannot because I don't play e4, but I do play it sometimes as black, so that makes sense. That's already selected. Okay, and this is rated, so if I get it wrong, I'm going to lose some rating points, but that's okay. And let's see what we have here. This looks like a fairly ripped open position. What do we have? Okay. They have just moved this bishop down here, perhaps trying to power their way through by capturing the knight. Maybe that's their plan. I don't know. But we do know from most puzzles that that move probably wasn't their best, and that we have something. Now, one thing that I see is that this bishop here on f5 is not protected. So if I were able to move this knight, the e5 knight with tempo, I would be able to get that bishop, possibly. But for example, I wouldn't want to move that knight here because then the bishop could just trade for the knight, so then I wouldn't be able to take it with my queen anymore. That's one thing I noticed. But I could move the knight here with check, which would be forking these three pieces, and so basically would force them to recapture with the pawn, and then I could come across and take this bishop. That's one thing that I see. I don't see much else, so I'm going to try that. Oh, that was not the correct move, and behind my camera view there's a big red X that says that's not the move. Can you see that if I scroll up? Yeah, it's very, very rude X. That's not the move. Try something else. Okay, well, I'm not going to try anything else. I'm going to click View the Solution. Okay, see, I said that was not the move before I tried, and that's what the puzzle solution is. It says, that's the solution. Puzzle complete. Do you see that? Right there. It says puzzle complete. That was it? I don't think that's it. I've run into this on Lichess before. But there's no reset button. There's no retry button. Okay, well, I'm going down here, lower down. There's a link to the puzzle's direct URL. So now I know that's what it wanted me to do. Yeah, see? Puzzle wasn't complete. It lied. Okay. Well, that's what I said they would do. So now, do I take it with the pawn? Yep. Oh, and then they took that. They took that instead of moving their queen out of danger. Because I think I'm just going to take the queen now. Oh, there's more. There is more. Okay. Well, well, I should get my rook out of danger. Should I put it here to threaten the bishop, or should I put it on the open file? I'm probably going to get this wrong, but let's go to threaten the bishop. Nope, that wasn't it. Was it the open file? No. Was it here? No. Well, then I have no... Oh, was it... Oh, is trapping the bishop? Okay. Yeah, that... All right, well, I lost some rating points for that. Okay, can we click to the next puzzle? No, there is no next button. There are just thumbs up and thumbs down here. Oh, there's a continue training. Is that what it means? Okay, I clicked continue training, but I don't know... Oh, see, I'm not in the Scandinavian anymore. The URL at the top, the web address, now it says I'm in a random mix. So that's a problem with this interface. To get back, I have to go to Puzzles, Puzzle Dashboard, by Openings, and then scroll back down to Scandinavian Defense. But see, when I first clicked on it, the web address at the top says lichess.org/training/Scandinavian_defense. Spelled the American way with an S, not with a C. Okay. It's not the same puzzle I had, but it looks like it could have arisen from a Scandinavian defense. And again, the black is selected here. Okay, so I have a couple of problems with the puzzle interface, not the list of the openings. On the puzzle interface, there were a couple of problems. One is when I made the wrong move, and it says that's not it, view the solution. It makes one move and says puzzle complete, even though, as we saw, there were several more moves in the puzzle. So the puzzle complete message was incorrect. And then the only way to retry to get to the beginning of the puzzle was to come over here and click the direct link to the puzzle. But that takes you out of that opening group, which is in the web address at the top of your browser, Scandinavian Defense. That took me, once I clicked that and solved the puzzle, it took me into a normal random selection of puzzles. And, the other thing was, it was very hard to find a next button to skip to the next puzzle. So those are problems with the puzzle interface itself. But I still think it's a good idea to have the puzzles listed by openings, just for the reasons that we already said, that most of us tend to play just a handful of openings. And some of us are, I mean, if you play the Sicilian or face the Sicilian, this section's going to come in really handy. You're going to face those kinds of positions all the time, whereas I am almost never going to face them. So it makes more sense for me to focus in the Queen's Pawn game, playing as white, or the Caro-Kann, or the Queen's Gambit declined, positions that I'm going to face all the time. So that part seems like a really good idea. It was just the puzzle interface that was off. So if I click Queen's Gambit declined, okay, see, it remembered that I had selected the black pieces, or that was selected, but I don't ever, or almost never, face that as black because I play into Indian defenses in d4 openings. So if I click white, okay, are we still in Queen's Gambit declined /white? Okay. All right. I have no idea what I would play here. I would probably just take that pawn, but that would probably be wrong because they have two defenders there. If I trade the knight first, bishop for the knight, then they're going to have another defender on that pawn. Yeah, so I really don't know what to do here. But this is the kind of thing I need to work on, was the point. Okay. But yeah, the puzzle solution thing was incorrect. Because see, if I take that and it says that's not the move, which you can see here behind my camera view, try something else, view the solution. And when you click that, it says I should have put my queen there, and it says puzzle complete. You see that where it says puzzle complete? Okay. But I don't think that's it, because if we click on the puzzle URL and we move our queen there, yeah, the puzzle wasn't complete. There's a whole nother move. Now they're threatening our queen. So I don't know what the best move is here either. Unless it's to check. Oh, that was it. Okay. And then take the bishop with our queen, and then take the queen with our bishop. Okay, now the puzzle is actually complete, and it says success. Thumbs up, thumbs down. And continue training. Yeah, that's the one I didn't find because I was expecting a next button. So it seems like the user interface has some troubles here. And again, we're no longer in the Queen's Gambit declined grouping because I had to click on the direct link to the puzzle to get it to start over. So now when I click continue training, it's going to take us into, yeah, the address at the top says we're just in a random mix. But anyway, good idea. If you hadn't noticed that change yet, that this is new, pretty sure, give it a shot. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching.